Hello there. So, in honour of May the 4th, Star Wars Day, got a bit of a treat for you guys. We've got Seven Chambers Magic of Myth Cave Hero Luke Hilt, fully loaded with the Veracity Labs metal crystal chamber system. So this is from their third run. This was from their run about 18 months ago. We're talking seriously high end, fully installed Profi board electronics, a whole load of sound fonts, including the LS6 K-Sith LS6 for the correct font for this hilt. This is the elite kit, so it's got the 2 grenade sections. It's got a whole range of emitter sections. And whoever buys it, what I will do is, if you let me know which grenade section you want wired up, I'll then finish that wiring to exactly the configuration you want. So we're offering this heavily discounted price. This is up for $749. As I say, that's a May the 4th price. So there's a link in the description below. So if you're interested, log on. Let's take a proper look at it now. So to begin with, let's take a look at the kit itself. As you can see, there is quite a lot to it. Obviously, this is the earlier kit from about at the time of making this video, from about a year, 18 months ago. I think it was the third run they did. So we've got various different necks in different materials, aluminium, brass. We've got the idealized grenade section with the even ribs, and we've got the more screen accurate one with the sort of the uneven flutes. We've got the emitter ring that replaces that ring when you actually put a blade in. And let's just run through that quickly now. The idea is to fit the blade. What you would do is take that one off, slide that over the blade, put the blade in, and then there's your screw there. You tighten that screw and then sort of slip that in, and that goes on top to conceal the screw. So yeah, it's a bit fiddly to use, but it looks great when it's done, because there's no ugly screw holes or anything like that. Now obviously the hilt is finished, but these front sections aren't wired up. So whoever buys it, let me know which front section you want, which combination of parts, and I'll wire it up with a NeoPixel connector, and you'll be good to go. You've also got we've got a charging blade plug there, which I'll come back to in a minute. Heat sinks. Obviously the emitters on these aren't very deep, so you can either have it set up to take a normal blade, which isn't ideal on a thin neck saber like this, because there's not much blade depth, not much blade support. Or you can have a recessed blade, which the connector looks like that. The idea is the heat sink. The NeoPixel connector is inside the heat sink, and then the heat sink sort of goes inside like that. So that makes for a much more sort of secure blade fitting. You've got the blade is secured inside and outside, as it were. But entirely your choice. Whoever buys it, I'll wire it up with whichever version you want. So that's that lot. So let's get the beast fired up. And we've got main and AUX, and obviously our accents all work. If we look inside the clamp card, we've got our screen accurate cave scene PCB. Now this is kind of just pressed in. It's not loose or anything, so sort of push fit, but you can just pop it out with a screwdriver if you ever want to reveal the real electronics underneath that are driving the switches and the LEDs and everything. But that's exactly as it would have appeared in the film. So all super screen accurate, complete with the pattern on there, which my daughter's young eyes are better than mine. And she's an artist, so I got her to paint the designs on the chip like that. So let's pop that back. So let's fire it up. Quick flick of the kill switch. We've got our, again, screen accurate cave scene accent animations. Let's close that up, and then we can fire it up. All your usual effects. Press and hold to shut it off. And then, of course, the main bit, the business end. Beautiful Veracity Labs metal crystal chamber. We've got a genuine quartz crystal in there. Got a stock NeoPixel connector in the front. And of course we've got all sorts of accident animations. See, this is set separately, so when the hilt is complete, obviously that works differently. That won't do that on the main blade, but a little chassis animation there. And the whole thing is red hot inside. Takes a few seconds to cool down. So yeah, so it's all there, and then when we put the blade detect effect.
Lightsaber is armed.
And slide it up. It lives. So it's all there. You've got our usual effects, all our blaster blocks, lock-ups, clashes of course, all hopefully as they would have been seen in the films. I've also built some new features into this to help navigate the fonts in there. So with the hilt pointing upwards, if you press and hold the aux button,
Luke Skywalker, came scene.
It'll take you to the first font. If you have it pointing down and you press and hold the aux button,
battery charging mode.
It'll take you to the last font. And if you hold it level,
Mace menu.
it'll take you to the middle font. So it makes it easier to navigate around, and then from those fonts you can sort of skip forwards and back 5 or 10 at a time, or 1 at a time. Now you'll notice on the last font here was the battery charge mode, but if we take the core out and we go to the last font there,
battery level indicator.
so it's different with the chassis in or out, and the idea of that is to stop you charging it like this, because if you use the blade plug and just hold it against the pins, you will blow something up. So you can only charge it inside the when the chassis is inside the hilt. So yeah, so that is your Magic of Myth lightsaber. As I say, an excellent price for what you're getting. Enjoy.